want to shift gears over to the homeless crisis in America. So, according to the National Alliance to End Homelessness, there are over 550,000 people experiencing homelessness every night in the United States. And that's more than like the city of San Francisco. Basically.
Yeah, I was reading that, the population of San Francisco.
Yeah, so, I mean, we got money. We obviously got money. We giving money out. Like it's not raising a debt ceiling. We giving money to Ukraine. We trying to build a wall. These are our own people.
These are our own people. A lot of them veterans.
A lot of them veterans. Yeah. Why are we not focusing on ending homelessness in our own country?
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit into the American story. Yeah, you got rich people, so you got to have poor people. You know what I'm saying? You got to have misfortunate people. Now, should we know? But it's just something that we don't pay attention to and take care of. I guess we build shelters and we do all kinds of stuff, but do we actually step in there and try to solve what the problem is? You want to talk about mental health. A lot of mental health issues out there. Mm-hmm. A lot of cats out there just need insurance, There's a lot of people just need adequate housing, but we're too busy, fussing over nonsensical issues to pay attention to ones that we really need to pay attention to and take care of. And homelessness is one of them. And that's the victim, they're the victims of it, to be honest with you. So, no easy answer to that one. I mean, like you said, we got plenty of money. Like I said, we're dropping off billions to Ukraine. We send them a lot of money to keep Putin off the back. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one to pick on. We can go down the line if we want to start talking about issues. But yeah, homelessness, it's no reason for us to be in the situation we are when it comes to that.
And not all of our states are doing bad. Again, looking at data and research, it says based upon the data, we found that Colorado, Georgia, and Oregon, they have the lowest. So again, are we addressing issues, or we just, trying to tackle symptoms? So I definitely want to look at and see what's Colorado doing, what's Oregon doing, what are we doing for our homelessness people, what type of transitions are we offering them? Again, yes, mental health is always going to be a problematic. We got some people doing drugs, but again, I don't think we tackle what actually is the problem. We're just looking at fixing some of the little problems, some of the symptoms. Got to really see what's going on, and money is not an issue. We are a wealthy country. If we wanted to solve the problem, we could. What we're choosing to do is not. And that's two different, conversations to be had. We could solve a lot of our problems. We're just choosing not to, like I said.
Yeah, it doesn't become it's not a federal problem. It's a state problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I see you didn't name one state, and it's this mighty state of Texas.
That is correct.
Where homeless people affect us all. I think I passed up a couple of homeless people coming over here today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we know the answer to that. We building strip malls and stadiums and stuff like that. That's what we're doing, pumping it into the oil industry and things of that nature, instead of trying to focus on taking care of problems with people that are really in need.
Right.
The crazy thing about it to me is, like I've heard throughout this whole conversation, we've become numb.
That's it.
To the homeless situation. You talked about, you drove past the people on the way here. Did you give them money?
I was on the highway.
You say anything? Look, Tino on the highway. I think Wanda talked about a dude she saw laying in the street, laying on the sidewalk. She driving. This dude just laying on the sidewalk. Nobody stops. Nobody stops and says, "Hey, are you all right, man?" Once again, fear, anger, acceptance. We have come to a place where we're numb to the homeless situation, whereas we live in a nation that's built on, like you said, capitalism. There's rich and there's poor, right? Hey, I'm not in that situation. It's about survival of the fittest. I'm living, they not living. We're going to let them live their life, like however it is, whatever. I think Wanda talked earlier about like the reasons why people become homeless. And there's a plethora of reasons. You said mental health, no insurance. If the dude would have had insurance, he might have been able to get the medication he needed to live his life and stay off them streets.
Yeah.
People go into the military, they see horrible things. They come back, PTSD. Next thing you know,
real.
Yeah, it's real. They in the streets. I was homeless for a while. When I first got out of the military, not through any. It was basically because of the fact that I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go, like for help.
Yeah.
Those things. You talked about that earlier. People not knowing like about how to get the resources to vote, know the issues that are out there, know what to vote about. The same thing for homeless people.
Yeah, they get snowballed.
They don't know where to go. I mean, it's not everybody in the streets ain't on drugs.
No.
Okay, everybody that's homeless is not having
homeless
drugs
is real. A lot of people don't realize how close to homelessness you can get to. Like, all you need is one or two tragedies in your life and you homeless.
Right.
Seriously. They know how hard it is to get things done. You don't have a permanent address.
Yeah. Right.
Like you know.
Well, you can't. If you don't have a permanent address, you can't
you
do
can't
a lot of things.
I'm saying you can't do nothing. Like I grew up in San Antonio, and I'm 5 generations here. So fortunately, anybody in my family got a permanent address. Why? Because my grandfather's house is still around. So anybody in my family can use that as a permanent address. But we're natives in the city. But let's say I move to Chicago. I have no relatives in Chicago. Buy a house or apartment. I get kicked out. Now I'm on the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now I ain't got a permanent address, so I can't get this, I can't get that. So, yeah, it's like you said, there's a sensitivity that we don't have toward homeless people, not understanding that they may just not, some people, they may just not have the resources to get out and get where they need to be. And part of that is, like you said, you drive by and you just keep going, you know, pretty much. Or if they are asking for help, you don't want to give it to them or whatever the case may be, or don't even ask them what the problem is. There's some people out there that are scamming. Don't get me wrong. There's some people out there
There's some that really need help.
Yeah, they really need help.
And it's scary because as a society, we always talk about our Christian values and our morals. And I'm thinking, well, what would Jesus do? Jesus would not drive by and just keep on going when you see this person.
Jesus
but we
was
don't.
Homeless
Right.
For a minute.
Oh, that's true.
Jesus just walking around.
Right. Yeah. But we as a society,
Sleeping
we preach
on the side of the road and stuff.
But we don't take care of our people. Even though we preach values and morals and Christianity every single day, they push it to you. But what do we really do when society puts you in a situation where you should be?
Well, there's real charity. There's some people that, okay, everybody gives $1 to St. Jude's and they buy something extra. Don't even know what St. Jude's do know them, but they still be giving that $1. But then there's real charity when you're out helping somebody for real.
Right.
And you're actually solving a problem. And that's where your Christian values kind of fall into it. So, no, we've gotten away from that as a society. It's all what's good for me.